Welcome back, everybody. We've got a busy show for you today. We want to get you right to a live pinpoint Doppler 12 weather alert this morning.
We're going to take a live look at the Jamestown Bridge in North Kingstown because right now a powerful storm is delivering heavy rains and wind here across southern New England.
It's making the morning commute tricky and could trigger flooding in some places. Right now we have live pinpoint weather team coverage of this morning's storm.
Pete Mangione is live at the Fox Point hurricane barrier in Providence, and JamCam traffic reporter Bob Hanna is keeping an eye on the roads.
Well, before we go to Bob and Pete, let's go to meteorologist Michelle Muscatello, who has the very latest on the storm from the live pinpoint Doppler 12 forecast center. Michelle, what are you seeing?
Well, guys, this is a very fast-moving storm, so the heaviest of the rain is going to start to wind down across Rhode Island and then eventually southeastern Massachusetts over the next half an hour or so. In fact, the very torrential downpours that we saw over Rhode Island, places like the Attleborough just a few minutes ago, has now already lifted up to our north and east, so approaching the Boston suburbs. Meanwhile, off to our south and west, already drier air working in across the western half of Connecticut and most of Long Island. So while we're still seeing a steady rain in most spots across Rhode Island, I do expect conditions to improve in terms of rainfall here through the 7 o'clock hour. Wind, though, will continue. We've got a high wind advisory until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Gives you an idea of when we're expecting those strong winds now through at least late morning, with southerly gusts in the range of 40 to 60 miles per hour, strongest over the Cape and Islands. I'm already starting to get some reports in of some trees and wires down. Meanwhile, the coastal flood warning really just getting kicking now through about 9 o'clock in the morning, with moderate flooding possible up Narragansett Bay and along the south coast, coinciding with an astronomically high tide at 8 o'clock this morning. In fact, just getting a report in that along Mathewson Road in Barrington, which is prone to flooding in this sort of situation, the waters of the Barrington River are starting to approach the top of the seawall. Meanwhile, temperature 61, Wakefield Elementary School. Notice the rainfall totals now nearing or over an inch and a half of rainfall. Gusts in the range of 35 to 45 miles per hour. That's strong enough to knock down some smaller branches and limbs. The storm again fast moving. The rain, drier air starting to move in from the south and west. So it's heaviest now through about 1 to 2 inches of rain. Moderate coastal flooding will continue for the next several hours, and some rough seas and high surf. A lot to talk about in terms of this storm system. A big part of that is how it's impacting the morning commute. As always, we're bringing you weather and traffic together. Let's go out live now to JamCam traffic reporter Bob Hanna. A lot of local flooded roadways this morning, Bob.
Yes, a lot of flooded roadways, and the highway pretty wet itself. Finally accident-free through School Street here in Pawtucket, rounding the corner, heading your way down to Providence. 610 connector in from Toby Street. You're not seeing any delays until you hit Dean Street to 95. Taking a look at our map, southbound, you're slow now, 95 south from Route 10 down to Route 37. We've got an accident there by exit 14 right before the Route 37 exit. That's off to the right-hand side. Looking at 95 over by Thurbers Avenue, the southbound side now slowing from 195 to the curve. And we're getting reports of flooded roads, Metacom Avenue in Bristol. With your live JamCam traffic, I'm Bob Hanna, Eyewitness News.
Bob, thanks very much. Emergency officials are telling us they're not taking any chances with this storm.
In fact, they've been getting ready since last night, preparing for the possibility of damaging winds and flooding.
Meteorologist Pete Mangione continues our pinpoint weather team coverage. He joins us live now from the Fox Point hurricane barrier, in Providence. Pete.
Hey, Vincent, Elizabeth. Well, rain has been just pouring here all morning long. Now, I did hear Michelle mention that the rain will be letting up here within the next hour. And we've actually seen periods where the rain has let up. Of course, that was when we were warming up in the live truck. As soon as we come out here, the rain just starts pouring again, just our luck, right? But what I'm also noticing, which was Michelle was mentioning, is the wind. I mean, it was breezy when we got here this morning, but you can really feel those strong wind gusts as they continue to kick up, and almost a tropical-like feel out here with those temperatures close to 60 degrees. Now, in terms of the barrier itself, that was shut about an hour and a half ago, and the barrier's over my shoulder. And when we showed up here at 5 o'clock this morning, the Providence River was just absolutely rushing with water. The level's actually pretty high, but since they shut that barrier about an hour and a half ago, the water actually much calmer. So the barrier obviously doing its job this morning. Now, of course, the issue isn't just the rain falling from the sky, which can create problems in itself. It's mainly the gusty winds, and of course the winds combined with a high tide, which is coming up here, I believe, in about an hour and a half. That could create a possible coastal flooding problem. Of course, that's not expected here in the city of Providence because of this barrier, but Emergency management officials say they will be out all morning long keeping track of the situation. We will be here all morning long as well, giving you updates. For now, though, let's throw it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Pete, thanks. Now, this storm is also hammering southeastern Massachusetts this morning. Take a look at this video from Westport, which was taken just a short time ago. The wind almost blowing the rain sideways. In fact, we had a live picture for you, but this was so intense that we actually had to get you video because things were getting a little crazy down there. Count on Eyewitness News to keep you informed all morning long. We got your pinpoint weather and traffic together every 10 minutes until 7 a.m. And then our pinpoint weather team coverage continues on Fox Providence. You can also find the latest weather conditions anytime at WPRI.com.
All right, let's get you